Hi guys, I decided I'm joining Book Talk, and here's some of the books that I already read this year, and I'm going to be going through all of them and letting you know which ones you should read. The first book I read this year was Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. It was okay. On the back of the book it literally says the four agreements that the entire book is about. I did find it really interesting to read about the Tolek culture. I thought like a lot of the points he made were interesting. The next book I read was She's Gone by David Bell. I gave this one 4 stars. I actually wish I'd never read it because I cried so hard when I finished it. No book has ever made me cry before. This one had me sobbing and not being able to breathe. But at the same time, I had to give it 4 stars because it made me react that way. It's basically about this girl and her boyfriend. They get in a car accident. It's from his perspective. He wakes up and doesn't remember anything, and he tries to figure out what happened to her. The next 2 books that I read were from the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read this one, gave it 4 stars, and the sequel gave it 3 stars. I just didn't find myself needing to read the third one right away. Like, I kind of wanted to take a break. It's super popular on TikTok, so you've probably heard about it before, but just in case you haven't, it's about a girl. She's like 17, I think. She basically gains this inheritance from a man that she didn't know, but she has to live in his estate with all of his family for a year in order to get it. So it's just about all the challenges she's facing, and it's actually really interesting and like a fun idea. The next book I read was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really loved this book. I gave it 4 stars, but I also read Malibu Rising by her, and I think I gave that one 5 stars. It's about a magazine reporter who is writing an expose about Evelyn Hugo's life, and so she gives it in grave detail, and it's actually really interesting. There's a lot going on plot-wise. It's really good if you love a little bit of drama. Don't judge me. The next book I read was Terrible the Kid and Lucid, Roger Rules, because it's my favorite movie. I love the movies, and this was just a fun read. Look at it. I finished it in like an hour. I didn't put it down. I didn't even consider putting it down. It was so good and such a fun little flashback to my childhood, and I loved it. But I only gave it 3 stars for what it is. Okay, I'm running out of time. I won't be able to do this book justice, so I'm gonna have to do a part 2.